What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. And join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the latest hashtag speaking out updates, including the WWE knowing about allegations against Matt Riddle, WWE more or less confirms the Undertaker's retirement, Joey Ryan deletes his social media, Kane talks about witnessing racism, Jericho ain't coming back, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But now let's hit the intro and get straight into the news. Now, our first story looks at WWE confirming The Undertaker's retirement. Now, yesterday we delivered the sad news that The Undertaker has seemingly announced his retirement from WWE. Taker did at least note within the documentary, "Never say never," as some believe he'll return for one match at this year's Survivor Series as it marks his 30th anniversary. WrestlingNews.co's Paul Davis has been told WWE is doing something special for the event. However, this doesn't mean that he'll wrestle. Whilst many are skeptical that The Undertaker has officially retired, WWE posted this on their social media accounts with the hashtag #ThankYouTaker, confirming the belief that he is retired. Next up, did the WWE know about the allegations against Matt Riddle? As mentioned in a previous video, Matt Riddle released a statement in regards to the accusations made against him. Now it appears that the WWE was well aware of the allegations long before they surfaced online. According to Dave Meltzer, the WWE knew about the accusations 2 years ago, and that no new developments have surfaced since. Obviously, if it comes out that the WWE was aware of strong evidence supporting the accusations, it'll look terrible on their part. According to Ringside News, Riddle has cut off some so-called fans who have pestered him about the allegations. Ringside News was sent a screenshot showing a DM between a fan and Matt Riddle. When this fan asked Riddle why, he responded, "Bro, I didn't do anything. This is insane." After the fan tried to continue the conversation, Riddle replied that he didn't want to hear from this fan anymore, reportedly messaging, "Please don't message me anymore. Take care and stay safe." Given the severity of the allegations, anyone who is being accused should refrain from commenting without the guidance of legal counsel. There are many allegations being made, and given the severity of some, a cautious approach is highly recommended. Next up, Joey Ryan deletes his social media. Joey Ryan is one of the people accused in the hashtag speaking out movement and thus issued a statement on Twitter. Now, we're not going to read out the full statement, but we'll put a link in the description down below. Now, Ryan talked of the importance of the hashtag speaking out movement in his statement. "After speaking with my attorney, I've been advised not to respond to any specific allegations at this time. And the truth of the matter is, I do not want to spend time dissecting which parts of the story are true, which parts are different from what I remember, and which things being said are outright false. It is important for me to use this platform to take responsibility and not attempt to minimize the feelings of anyone that was hurt by me in order to save face. So instead, I would like to take this opportunity to publicly share some parts of my private life with everyone. It's not a part of my life that I'm proud of, but taking responsibility is important. Today, I must take responsibility for the way I behaved in the past, and I will do that right now." Now, Ryan discussed how his career took off quickly and that he began living a rock and roll lifestyle and admits, "I came into contact with a lot of people, including women. And the truth is, I did not always treat people with respect. And I will always acknowledge that it was possible that I persuaded people that I thought were interested in me and invaded their personal space and made them feel uncomfortable in the process." However, this message is no longer up on social media as Ryan has deleted his Twitter account. It's also been reported that Joey Ryan's wrestling promotion, Bar Wrestling, is also being closed down. Social media for the promotion has been deleted, and the content is no longer available on the High Spots network either. Next up, Kane talks witnessing racism. Current Knoxville County Mayor Glenn Jacobs spent many years on the road during his wrestling career as Kane, seeing some beautiful sights and at other times ugly realities. Wrestling's Big Red Machine recently spoke with TPA Talks and shared one night when he witnessed racism from the police. "One of my travel partners for years was D'Lo Brown and even Mark Henry and Dwayne Johnson. I saw some of the stuff. I remember one time driving with D'Lo in Detroit and the police came up next to us and they shined their spotlight in the car and then looked and then drove off. I had never experienced that before, so I asked what the hell was that. D'Lo said, "That's driving while black." Kane discussed his experiences further, saying, "I can't put myself in the shoes of an African American. It's a matter of perspective. Different people do have different experiences. For me, the root issue is that we have the ability to live your life and create what you want to create, and for some people, it's just not available or delivered. Now, we mentioned this before, but it bears repeating. Anytime a wrestler or other celebrity can use their star power to shine light on a societal ill is a good opportunity to inform the public. Next up, will Chris Jericho ever return to WWE? Chris Jericho interacts with his fans on his Saturday Night Special series where he answers fans' questions via YouTube and Facebook. When asked whether he'd return to the WWE for a one-night-only event, Le Champion answered, A. I can't. I'm still under contract for the next little while. B. I don't think I would be into doing a one-out or one-off for anybody, especially WWE. I hope to be with AEW for a long time. So I hope that answers your question. Now, as we realize with Taker, never say never, especially when it comes to wrestling. But speaking of Chris Jericho, he schooled Sasha Banks on a recent Twitter post. Now, it looks as if AEW fans are definitely enjoying Jericho's latest role, but one WWE superstar isn't impressed. Sasha Banks has been bragging about her WWE Women's Tag Team Championship team with Bayley, boasting the team is better than AEW's FTR, aka WWE's Revival, and recently pointed out that Banks and Bayley's tag match on NXT outdrew Dynamite's match featuring Jericho and Sammy Guevara. Naturally, Le Champion wasn't going to let the remark go without a reply, and he tweeted, "Congrats guys, proud of you. But don't forget to add that you got smoked in all the important 18 to 49 demo, which is what advertisers care about the most, 367k to 264k. You did good, just not good enough." Now, while social media exchanges between wrestlers tend to turn into social media meltdowns, this one has been fun, at least so far. Next up, another big segment planned for Raw. The WWE.com announced another big segment for the 22nd June Raw. The show already has 3 title matches scheduled for its Championship Monday edition of Raw, which includes Raw Women's Champion Asuka taking on Charlotte Flair, Raw Tag Team Champions The Street Profits take on the Viking Raiders, and WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Sasha Banks and Bayley take on the Iconics, and now WWE has announced the Nature Boy will be on Raw to anoint Orton the greatest wrestler ever in the wake of his victory over Edge in the greatest wrestling match ever at WWE Backlash. Now, this should be an interesting segment as wrestling's hippest septuagenarian bestows what should be a great title to Orton. However, will the Nature Boy join the Legend Killer's many other victims? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, AJ Styles is honored. The Undertaker has announced his retirement from the Squared Circle, and while retirement is always a nebulous situation in pro wrestling, the Phenom's final match, at least for now, where he defeated AJ Styles in a Boneyard match, was a great send-off. How does AJ Styles feel about being the Undertaker's final opponent? Well, he tweeted, "Still floored by the experience and reaction to the Boneyard match at Wrestlemania. If it was the last time the Undertaker laced up his boots, I'm honored it was against me." A word has it that Undertaker chose Styles as his opponent after Kurt Angle recommended the phenomenal one. It's difficult to think of a better opponent on the main roster who could have fought Taker. Next up, a quick AEW preview. With AEW Fighter Fest coming soon, AEW looks to be turning the heat up on Dynamite this week. Now, the 23rd June will feature the following matches and segments. A singles match as Guevara picks which version of Matt he'll face. A tag team match as Brody Lee and Colt Cabana take on Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. A Lumberjack match featuring Wardlow vs Luchasaurus. A tag team match featuring the FTR vs Natural Nightmares. A singles match as AEW World Champion Jon Moxley is in action against an unknown wrestler with Taz on commentary. And a face-off between Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy. In addition to that, TNT champion Cody Rhodes will hold a press conference about his title defense against Inner Circle's Jake Hager at Fighter Fest. Looks like there should be several opportunities for run-ins and brawls on this week's show. Kinda looking forward to this one. And finally, a typical day of Vince McMahon. Last but not least, have you ever wondered what a day in the life is like for Vince McMahon? And during an episode of his podcast, Arn Anderson spoke about a typical day for Mr. McMahon, and according to AA, it goes something like this. He's got a gym in his house, gets up early in the morning, gets a workout, has a limo pick him up to take him to the airport, walks up to the steps to a private plane, goes to the town, gets out of the limo, and goes straight to the building. He walks straight into his office. From his office, he goes straight into a meeting room where he'll spend most of the afternoon. He'll go straight to Gorilla. When it's time, show's over, he goes straight to another limo, straight to the private plane, goes to the next town, straight to the hotel that they're staying at a comfy hotel. And around 3 or 4 in the morning, he'll go to the gym again. To the next morning, repeat. That's pretty much the day in the life of Vince McMahon, I think. Vince McMahon is a well-known workaholic, and by most accounts, it's likely he's going to be one until his final day on the right side of the grass. But there you have it guys, the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.